Hello everyone, welcome. So today we're checking out Lightyear Frontier. This game is essentially if you took all the chill, relaxing parts of a survival game, so like going out, getting resources, coming back, crafting new buildings, crafting new upgrade materials, working your way through a tech tree, just all of the relaxing parts of a survival game without any of the stressful parts of a survival game like a lot of enemies or having to try to survive. So it's a really fun, chill experience. So we're gonna start a new world. Hello, Toast. Welcome. Nothing better than crash landing on an alien planet. Yep, that's another fun little twist is we're doing pretty much everything in a giant customizable mech. It is a very pretty game. I love the art style. So all of these different flares, different parts of our robot we need to go pick up.
Finally, I'm getting through.
Hello, Ember.
That was
Welcome.
quite the tumble you took there. Luckily, your biometrics tell me you're A-okay. But before anything else, let's put that mech of yours back in one piece.
Just gotta try to put our mech back together.
Put that sucker sunny side up and hop in. We got a planet to explore.
Alright, let's go try to find some of our tools.
Stops expecting guests after 200 years. Name's PIP3R. That's Piper for short. Up there in the sky. That blinking dot is yours truly. But enough introductions. Let's get you situated and make you at home.
Alright, so we can suck up some plants, get some water going.
It never ceases to amaze.
And we can also do first person and third person.
Those high-powered tools, and even that ship of yours. The Bomb Mech project really was extraordinary. Such a shame that it got canceled in the end.
So the game is like a scout looking for a new planet to live on. Kind of, except you're not like a scout for anyone else. You're just trying to find a new planet for yourself to live on. So yeah, this game is called Lightyear Frontier.
Sending us probes out to the edge of the galaxy to scan for hospitable planets. That was no small feat. Desperate times, I suppose.
Well, this place doesn't look the best. I think I'm gonna get rid of... I really don't like the one person trying to talk. So we can use this tool to both mine stone, but also to chop down trees. So I like playing a lot of survival games, and sometimes there's just days where you just want to go and like farm resources or just kind of work on some of the crafting elements. You don't want to deal with all the actual survival mechanics. And so this game is kind of perfect for that. Because that is essentially the whole purpose of this game. Hello, Exhausted. Welcome. Probably gonna fall a little bit here. Perfect. Landed right on our feet. Yeah, this game's not in VR, but definitely looks like it was made for it. Alright, so we can use our little water hose, try to clean up some of this noxious slime. Suck up a little bit more water. I think we have like one, maybe two tools that we're missing. So far we have a water hose. We got pretty much a general purpose tool for collecting a lot of resources. And we got a vacuum for sucking up seeds, as well as sucking up some water. Alright, where's... oh, there's the other flare. We gotta try to put our mech all back together, and then we can start making a nice little farm. Also, this game does have, I believe it's up to 4-player co-op. So this is probably a game that eventually Mrs. Toast and I will play together, because we both like playing survival games, and we both sometimes just like the more chilled out experience. It is also quite nice because, especially when you turn off the one AI that's constantly trying to talk to you, it feels pretty similar to Subnautica and the like loneliness aspect in some regards. Granted, Subnautica is much more terrifying and stressful, for sure. But it's nice just being mostly alone on an alien planet. We also have to look and find where we want to maybe put our farm when we start making it. Also, here is the map. So this is what we have discovered so far. And as you can see, it is a pretty decent size. Now, similar to most survival games, you start off in a very easy area, and you have to kind of unlock the ability to go into other areas. So in this game, you try to clean up the other areas before you can go there. think I might just want to put our farm right about here. Got some good resources over there. Got some water right here. It's getting late. Let's see. Tent, we need a little bit more wood. Gotta find a place to sleep. Oh, that new Skarner did look really cool. I actually looked at some videos about him, because I always thought he was a cool champion. And I've been looking forward to his rework. Not that I was actually going to play him, but yeah, it looks awesome. I kind of hope they add him to Legends of Runeterra. Alright, it's getting late. Let's throw down a little tent. Oh, it's raining today. Alright, let's plant this tree that we chopped down so we can grow some more back later. Get a nice little farm going. I think a nice little workshop. And let's make a small plot for some farming. Let's, sure, put it on this not so pretty looking grass. Alright, we need some more wood. Good thing we got a whole bunch of trees right near us. I had fun with the old point-and-click suppression champions. So Skarner was fun. I played a lot of Malzahar. Always thought it was a good time. Alright, that should be a good amount. So we can use our seed planting gun. And since it's raining, we don't need to worry about watering these. All right, where do we plant those other trees? I think right here. Looks like we got some aluminum back here. We can go ahead and grab some of those. Uh-oh. So we can still move when we're over encumbered, we just can't sprint. So we move pretty slow. Yeah, the art style does have kind of that Dr. Seuss almost kind of look. Not as exaggerated, but I can see where you're coming from. assembler. Oil presser, we can just throw this in here. Anything we put inside the shed gets a little bit increased, like, production. So they try to encourage you to actually play in a way where you're making your site look pretty and not just scattering stuff out everywhere. This game adds a lot for you to be able to just make a very nice looking alien base. Or based on an alien world. I think we also need a little bit more stone. Why is it blocked? Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of that. There we go. So we just need 2 more stone. Also, I love the rain hitting the windshield and just running down. And this is a early access game, so it just came out, and they're gonna keep updating it. Let's just put some of these chests right behind here. And I love that you can just stack stuff on top of each other. Everything just looks so good in the world. It's also funny that everything looks, you know, like normal sized. And then if you hop out, it's like, man, suddenly everything's so big. All right, let's store some of this stuff for now. Let's plant some more of these trees. Because while it looks like there's a bunch of trees around us right now, we're gonna run out eventually. Let's go see if we can find, yeah, some more of those little seeds over there. Such a pretty, peaceful world. With some crazy looking birds. I'm not really seeing... Oh, there's one more. So in the top right, you can see both the weather as well as what time of day it is. All right, let's see. What else do we need to build? Cozy campfire. We want to be able to make this upgrade depot, but we need to make the assembler. I guess we do have some stuff we can make here. Yeah, the plant oil. That's all right. So they'll just be working for us for a little while. Guess we might as well just farm some resources while we go ahead and wait. So one of my favorite survival games is V Rising, and I actually looked at my Steam. They have like a yearly roundup where they can show you like all the games you played, what you played the most of, and kind of the same thing that Spotify does. V Rising was actually my most played Steam game last year. 22% was the highest, which actually surprised me. And one thing that's always fun to do in V Rising is to just go farm out some resources, not really worry about fighting anyone, just going out and farming sometimes. And so this game really just hits that same note of just chilling out, not having to really think or worry about anything, just feel like you're making progress in the game without having to do too much. Alright, we need a couple stone. Actually, let's go ahead and make a nice little mission. Even though this game is early access, I do find that it is pretty nice and polished. Alright, we need 2 more aluminum. It's almost nighttime, but I'd like to get this if I can. We'll just cut our way through. Alright, there's the aluminum. We'll make this assembler and then we'll head to bed. We'll fill these back up. Oh, that's... Alright, let's go find our nice little tent and sleep for the rest of the night. Alright, so we can make a couple aluminum frames. What did we need for... Alright, upgrade station. Let's add that as a mission. This is how we can upgrade our mech. So we need a bunch more of all of that stuff. How are our little plants doing? We just need to water them. Definitely a cozy vibes sort of game. Oh, we need a little bit of water. Good thing we're right next to a pond. It's almost like we planned that. Alright, stone and a bunch of aluminum. Let's see, we know aluminum can spawn over there. yes, Rumble definitely could improve this mech quite a lot. He's another one that I really hope they add to Path of Champions. I feel like he'd have a really fun playstyle. That was actually something I really enjoyed yesterday, was playing Janna, and I kind of forgot how much fun she is to play. Because she just plays so differently than everyone else. Also, if you guys didn't see the end of that one, it was pretty crazy. Alright, we got all the stone we need. But we definitely need more aluminum. I guess if you wanted, you could just roleplay as Rumble, who went through a Yordle portal and got transported to some strange planet and is stuck there and has to try to survive. Alright, looks like we got some more aluminum over here. Guess we can chop down this little flower. Alright, hopefully this is enough aluminum. But I think we're going to be a little bit short. But we'll take it back, process it down, see how close we are. Alright, so yeah, we need 4 of those. Oh, nope, we got enough. Perfect. Alright, let's see. Where would we like to put this? I think we'll maybe put it behind here. Yeah, that's okay. So now we can try to upgrade our mech. Alright, so siege shooter lock on, water tank capacity. Some of these we can't get quite yet, but this one wouldn't be too bad. We need 1 more aluminum rod though. I think everything, we've kind of used it all up. So that's something we can work on later. All right, let's put some of this stuff away. Plant these extra seeds we got. Oh, we can make a small cabin. Still need more aluminum. Sure, let's make a clothesline and a wash basin. If you increase the coziness around your house, you can get some nice little benefits. It's pretty similar to Valheim. Can't forget to do our laundry on an alien planet. Alright, so our coziness, you can see in the top right. Don't quite have it all the way to 1 yet. Let's go explore a little bit more of this alien planet. I think we saw some aluminum over that direction. Yeah, this is still a region we need to try to help a little bit. Right, nothing will spawn here until we actually fix this region. Alright, let's try to tidy it up a little bit. Gotta clean up all these gross spills. We need to go find some more water. Nice little rocket boost. Yeah, even though you are having to take a bunch of resources from the planet and kind of terraform it, the developers wanted this game to be more about taking care of the planet and not just strip mining it for everything it has. Unlike a game where, like Satisfactory, where you also land on this beautiful, pristine planet and then just completely terraform it, take everything of value you can. Which is another fun game that I also really enjoy. That looks pretty. Hello there. So a fun thing is our character doesn't actually have an inventory. It's just our mech that has the inventory. So if we pick anything up on our character, we have to then carry it over to our mech. Which makes sense. Oh, it's getting late. We finish cleaning up this region before the next day. Our house is just over there. Alright, hopefully this is the last of the spills. Looks like there's quite a lot here. Yay, we restored a region. So now everything's really bright and green again, and resources should start spawning here, including that aluminum that we need to make some more stuff. Alright, let's head home, go to sleep, see if our plants are done growing, so we can start harvesting them. This game's actually fairly similar to Slime Rancher, which is another game that kind of takes a lot of the aspects of kind of survival or somewhat automation type games and just puts it in a really cozy environment. Oh boy, there's some aluminum for us. Ooh, spooky door. It's kind of funny that the tent has a giant zipper on it. Also, you can customize your mech later on, getting different colors and different attachments. It looks like this stuff's all grown. So we can harvest it up. Then we can plant some more. It's also nice that this game really puts like no, well, I was gonna say time pressure, but pressure of any kind. It's not like you have to go back and sleep at night. It's not like there's a specific timer on anything. You don't have to be in any rush to get anything done. All right, we're taking those seeds we got. We're going to process it down into an oil. We can try to use that for some more crafting. Alright, so we do want to make stuff for our cabins. We still need that aluminum. So let's store the stuff we're carrying so we can carry more stuff. And then try to hit up all of those aluminum nodes. Harvest Moon Gundam is a pretty good description. Because, yeah, similar to, like, Harvest Moon or... there's some other of those types of just, like, chill, cozy games where you're just focusing on farming and developing your resources. But this one, you're on an alien planet, and you have a giant mech. It's a pretty awesome combination. Alright, looks like there's no aluminum there. Alright, let's head over to the region we just restored and see if we have some resources starting to spawn there. Stardew Valley, that's another one I was thinking of, where it's mostly a chilled out, cozy farming game. Alright, so there's some red crystals. I'm not sure if we can farm those yet. But we got some nice aluminum. This is good. We've been needing a lot more of this. It's also a perfect game to either just like play to zone out and relax, or to have like a podcast on, YouTube video in the second monitor. It's just for days where you maybe had a long day, you want to come home and de-stress, just play something very chill and relaxing. Because there's a lot of other games that I like to play, but quite often you just had a long day and you don't want anything that could give you any more amount of stress. And so it's like, I just want something easy, chilled, relaxed. Are there any NPCs? So there's technically a satellite that won't stop talking to you, and I find it pretty annoying. So I turned off the voices for that satellite. There is a merchant that you can make a little area for them to come and land, so you can sell stuff to them, buy stuff from them. That's pretty much it as far as NPCs. I think there's technically one other one that you can meet much later in the game, but I've never met them myself, so I don't know if they're actually in the game yet, but I think there might be. But for the most part, you're just chilling on an alien planet by yourself. There's not that many other people you're interacting with, which is one thing I really like. That's what I liked in the first Subnautica, is just being alone on this alien planet. And yeah, you might find like audio logs here and there from other people that crashed on the planet, but for the most part you're just alone. That was one of the worst aspects of Subnautica Below Zero, is for one, the main character just wouldn't stop talking, and then there was just way too many other people in the game also talking. It just ruined the whole atmosphere. I wonder if I can get rid of this. This is where our mech fell and we had to pick it up. Let's plant a couple of these new seeds we just got. And we could actually let's make like 2 more of these seed beds. Or 3 more, actually. Probably need, yep, a lot of wood and plant fiber. Third-person camera doesn't really like going underneath this. Alright, grab wood. And we're gonna need some more plant fiber. Alright, let's see how many of these we can build. Alright, just need a little bit more plant fiber. There we go. It is funny that we plant with essentially a cannon. Alright, so we have 1 spot open for when we get more seeds, but we're going to have a nice little harvest once that all grows. Also, a fun thing with a vacuum is you can just pick up all your resources. Alright, let's see if we can upgrade with some of that stuff we got. Yes, perfect. Alright, irrigation hose. Oh, water tank capacity. We can already upgrade that. Aluminum parts. Yes, let's make a little mission for that. See if we got enough aluminum to get that done. Although I don't know if those aluminum parts need anything other than aluminum. Yes, they need that oil. Yeah, it is actually kind of similar to, or can give off vibes from, the big brothers from BioShock. I haven't played those games in forever. I do actually have them all, though. Alright, we'll go ahead and go to bed. Alright, so we have a couple things growing. Most stuff looks like it's going to need one more day, though. And it looks like we had some weeds grow in the bed we weren't using. Just get rid of that. Strategically placed water. Always good to have your base next to water. Also, just so you guys know, there is a demo of this game up on Steam that you can play for free. So if you're like on the fence but you want to test it out, there's a demo that you can get for free and just play the game, see how you like it. That was how I first played the game, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I definitely want to get this. Now we got all of our aluminum parts. Alright, let's upgrade the... Oh look, our little forest is coming along nicely. Wonderful. Let's try to upgrade the coziness of our little area here. I think the first upgrade is that when you mine resources, you have a chance to just get extra resources, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so we can put a nice little torch. Maybe a little campfire over here. Alright, so we're getting close. Sure, let's just make a little fence around our tent. And I think let's hop out so it'll be easier to get all this. Wonderful. Our pretty little home. A little bit of security around it. Although I guess we do need to upgrade to a small cabin. Alright, so I need 4 aluminum frames. Oh, it looks like we need a little bit more. A little bit more aluminum. Don't think we have any here. Let's see if any spawned over here. Doesn't look like it. Actually, I know what we should probably do. So you can make food to feed all of the wildlife. And feeding the wildlife is beneficial because that helps resources spawn back in. Alright, so we'll just drop that right there. And let's see, basic fodder. Probably need some more than that. We have plenty of food. There's some different nests for the animals around the area. Oh look, aluminum. Alright, so feeding all of those animals. Looks like there's another nest right there. And then I think the last nest is all the way down by the coast. I also love how far you can see in the game. Really is a pretty game. Also, you can, if you want, directly feed the animals. Yeah, most survival games or games like this have you actually trying to kill the animals to get resources from them. But that is not the case here. Also, this is a handcrafted world. A lot of these types of games do have like procedural generation, but that's not the way they went here, which is quite nice. Alright, I think we upgraded our mech, so I think we should be able to grab some of those red crystals this time. Let's see if we can get up there without tipping over. Perfect. We can get our couple red crystals, new resources. Then I think there was some more over here. Yeah, I do love mech games. They're fun to play. I never played an Armored Core game until Armored Core 6, but I loved that game. That was so much fun. I keep kind of waiting to go back and play through the whole thing again. But yeah, I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed that game. Because I grew up playing a lot of mech games, but there's normally the more Western types of mechs, like this, where they're pretty slow and lumbering. Whereas a lot of the more Asian style mech games are more of like a Gundam, where they're just constantly rocket powered, boosting everywhere, and more often just like a mechanized ninja almost in some situations with all their giant swords and stuff. So I didn't know if I would actually like that type of game for Armored Core, because it is obviously much more of that Asian type. But it was super fun. I actually loved it. Don't know if I'd actually say I like it better than what I'd say is more the Western take on mechs, but both are good. So we're able to get rid of that little stone at a nice little pond. Soundtrack also does a great job here, just keeping the vibes all nice and chill. Alright, we're gonna grab some of this aluminum and these seeds, and then we'll hit the proverbial hay. Oh, Titanfall. That was another one that I loved. I played both of them. Yeah, Titanfall was great. Yeah, I had to stop playing Titanfall 2 because there was really bad server issues, and so I could never connect to a game for the longest time. I've heard that they fixed those, but yeah, I played those especially at launch, and great time. And that's more of the games I'd call like these sort of Western type mech games, where in general they're a lot bigger and slower, kind of lumbering style of mechs. Yeah, there was some crazy stuff you could do in that game. I know one of the mechs would fire a giant barrage of rockets, and then it would head towards wherever your cursor was, like a laser sight. And one of the funnest things to do in the beginning is you just fire all the rockets straight up into the air, and then you look at your target, and then they just all come down from above and just nuke them. Because people would try to like get behind cover if you started doing that ability, but when it just rains down from on high, it was just so much fun. So we got a little upgrade for our gun, so now instead of shooting them manually, we can just lock on and just launch a whole bunch of seeds. Yeah, I'm really sad that they moved away from Titanfall. Like, I know a lot of people like Apex Legends, but I've never really liked those types of games, like that and Fortnite. I was really sad they decided to do, like, Apex Legends instead of another Titanfall game. I don't think we have enough aluminum for that. Yeah, we'll just water these the old-fashioned ways. Yeah, it was one of the basic mechs where you could do that with, like one of the first ones you got. I think it was a mech where one of its abilities, it could throw down a shield in front of it that you could shoot through. It's kind of just your like generalist mech where it wasn't like a heavy, it wasn't a really light one, just medium. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Alright, we got those all watered. Right, we want to do our small cabin, so let's try to get that done. Alright, we'll need to use wood. And I think we'll be fine. We just need one aluminum frame. But we do need that plant fiber as well. Yeah, battle royales, that's what they're called. Thank you. Yeah, I know a lot of people really like them. I think I've played one match of Fortnite, and I think one match of Apex. I was just like, this isn't really for me. I think if they came out when I was younger, I probably would have really liked them. Because when I was younger, that's when I cared a lot more about PvP and fighting other people. But as I've gotten older, it's more of like, I don't want to deal with other people. I just want to be on my little alien planet, making a cute little base. I'm just having fun with that. Or just doing like, yeah, games that might be difficult, but they're then more cooperative. Alright, got our cute little cabin. Looks nice. But yeah, League of Legends, I think, kind of killed PvP for me. Because I'm also someone that I try very hard when I'm doing PvP. Like, I'm not someone that rages or gets angry or anything like that, but for me, I always take it very seriously. So, like, I would do almost no ranked, but whenever I would do ranked, I would just be, like, 100% dialed in and trying to get it done. And that's normally how I was able to get, like... Normally, every season, I would be able to hit gold within 100 games of ranked when I played League. But I would only play, like, a very few amount of ranked games because I just always was taking it super seriously. Whereas I know other people just always play ranked non-stop. Alright, we have enough for a merchant landing. We'll put that... Invalid slope. Okay, what if we put it like... Alright, blocked. Are you blocked by just the little shrubbery? Thank you for following. There, that'll be nice. Hopefully. Hey, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Especially when I'm not playing my main game and just doing a nice little variety stream. So here is the merchant. This is where we can get a bunch of stuff, especially a lot of items to spruce up our base, as well as some different parts for our mech, if you want to customize that a little bit more. And this is also where we can sell our stuff if we want. Not really going to interact with them too much, though. Oh yeah, Twisted Tree Line. I love Twisted Tree Line. I would play that all the time. Oh man, I miss that. That would be great. That was also the issue, is it was annoying in League of Legends when you would play really well, but then you lose because like bot lane fed, and just like, all right, well, I tried to carry as hard as I possibly could, but it still wasn't enough. Oh, we need to bring our little torch back. We'll put it right there. Perfect. Thanks, just trolling. Yep, I do Path of Champions streams 4 days out of the week, and then normally one of them is just chilling out and trying something new. Glad I can help you, and yeah, there's tons of content, especially these days, since I stream for 1 to 2 hours in the morning, and then throughout the day I have 3 different videos come out. I have at 1 p.m. I have a clip from my stream come out. I try to get that every day. And then at 3 o'clock I have the VOD from my stream from the previous day. And then at 5 o'clock is a dedicated Path of Champions video every day. It's been a little hectic recently. Alright, aluminum parts would be good to do. I need more oil. So let's let this process a bunch of that for us, and then we can head to bed. So I normally stream 9 a.m. Eastern every single day. So like right now it just hit 10 a.m. Eastern. Every weekday. I sometimes do weekend streams, but that is a bit more rare. Uh-oh. We got weeds incoming. This is pretty much the closest thing to enemies in this game. Yeah, I did just start out streaming like 2-ish weeks ago. Definitely trying to improve, because it is an interesting skill that normally you don't really have to do as much in other parts of your life. And it's definitely different from just making normal videos. So hopefully with streaming like 5 times a week minimum, it will get better and better. But yeah, if you are ever feeling like you're running out of content, just head over to my VODs channel, because there's all of my streams are kept there. And we're doing all of our Lysandra runs, so if you like Lysandra runs especially, there's a ton more over there. Oh yeah, the music of this game is awesome. Well, I am trying to do this as a full-time job, and so I'm constantly trying to improve, either just improving the quality of the content, increasing the amount of content I'm putting out. Like, I waited about a year to start streaming, because even though people asked for it right away, it was like, no, I want to focus first on just getting my YouTube channel in a good spot where I'm happy with it, happy with what I'm able to put out every day. And now I'm trying to get into streaming, which is kind of interesting to sort of start over again in some regards. At least start over kind of learning a new skill. But that's also why I like these variety streams, because I know there are always going to be less people that watch these over my main ones, but it's more of a place to just hang out and chill with whoever wants to hang out and chill, and just take everything a little bit easier. And also this just helps me with kind of relaxing more, not getting burnt out as much, because I like playing a lot of games other than just Path of Champions. And so having an outlet to still be able to make content, hang out with people, but still being able to do more than Path of Champions is nice. All right, what do I need? There's just more aluminum. Yes, we need to get some more aluminum. That's awesome. That's kind of the goal, is that I hope that the different channels will help support each other. That people will... Oh, I added all that instead of taking it away. People will see one of my channels, and then they will be able to go over and find the other ones. It's like, it would be easier if I could just put everything on the main channel, but the way the algorithm works, if you put a lot of content that's very different on your channel, it can actually end up hurting your channel. And so there's things like my streams where it's large, unedited content, the VODs that I put up. Some people are going to love those. Some people are not going to love those. And so putting them on my main channel would actually end up hurting it. But especially the VODs channel is doing pretty well. The Clips channel is doing okay. Could be doing a little bit better. But it is kind of fun to start over again, kind of in those regards of watching two new channels grow as well and seeing how they do. Hoping ASIL is still the monthly challenge next month, because I'm going to be 20 shards short of maxing them out. I mean, I would hope so. They haven't said anything at this point, and I would hope that they would give us a little bit more of a heads up. Like, that would be nice. I know this is the last month for the ASIL bundle, so I think they're definitely going to be getting rid of him soon as far as from the monthly. But yeah, since it's just a couple days away, well, week or so, hopefully they'd actually tell us beforehand. Not any of these that we can actually get at the moment. I don't really think so. I also like this here, the economics. You can see how much they cost, and then if they're going up and down in value. So you can try to play the market and make more money from the merchant if you want. But again, that's really not required. You're playing like a survival building game IRL with all your channels and streaming. I mean, kind of, yeah. Definitely trying to survive. Alright, let's go explore the world a little bit more. I think our base is in a pretty good spot. We haven't explored that much. But let's go see what's up here. Yeah, that was one thing that cracked me up. In a different stream, I think it was a stream, I was talking about the fact that I had moved into trying to do this full time, and someone made a comment that I was doing it for money, and I just had to laugh, 'cause it's like, I was making a lot more money doing other stuff previously. Like, getting into content creation is not a good idea for money. Yes, there's going to be some people that make like a ton of money, but even if I end up making a ton of money one day, that's going to be a long time in the future. I gotta suck up all these weeds. I have all the champions 3 stars, but only 7 are at level 30. and a couple of epic relics. I mean, as long as you can clear those monthly challenges every month, the epic relics come pretty fast. But yeah, I know how much of a grind it is to level up all your champions to 30. When I started making content, it's like, okay, I gotta get everyone leveled up. And yeah, that was quite a grind. And back when I was leveling up the champions, they didn't have any of the pearls, so it was even more difficult. Although it's nice now that they've added the pearls in and I already have everyone maxed out, and so it's not really a big deal. It's just like anytime they add a champion, I can just freely use my pearls whenever I want, because I get so many of them from doing all the monthlies, and I never really need them. That's one thing I'm actually sad about for them delaying the expansion, because it was supposed to be next month, but they pushed it back to do quality of life upgrades for Path of Champions. And while that's great, especially if they're doing what I think many of us think they are, with increasing or buffing up some of the underperforming champions like they did for Thresh, while that is going to be great, I was really hoping they'd add more champions in, because I've been capped for so long on my wild fragments. I'm always like stuck at 50. Alright, I want to try to clear up this region before we head to bed. Cool alien looking artifacts. Oh, so that's a different area. All right, we'll clear that up later. Leveling up Morgana right now. Oh, so Morgana is incredibly strong. I would say there's an argument that she is, I mean, especially if you don't consider Aurelion Sol, other than Aurelion Sol, she is potentially the strongest champion in the game. Like, things she can do, no one else can do. The issue is she's just super slow. But yeah, once you get her maxed out, she's so good. Yeah, like, there's literally times when you're playing Morgana that the enemy literally can never block or attack a single time. I also like that she plays very differently than everyone else. Normally you have to try, like, you're just very aggressive, or you're going for a lot of the same combos of just rallying and attacking a whole bunch of times. Like, a lot of the aggro champions that are strong feel fairly similar. Oh, we unlocked a strange chair. Interesting. But yeah, with Morgana, especially when you get good at her, you can just punish the AI so much, where they literally can't do anything all game long, and it's pretty great. Again, though, she doesn't feel as strong as some of the other champions, because the other champions, like, they can win just way faster than her. But when you're going against really difficult opponents like Lysandra, Morgana is probably... Morgana is probably like the most consistent. They should increase the wild fragment count. Yes, I would love it if they did it. She's very strong. She essentially makes it where the opponent can only attack and block if you allow them to. Yeah, you can play her and just never let the AI play the game, essentially. Have her at 12 and playing against Draven. Yeah, the only time she struggles is against some like spells-based decks, like essentially, especially Ezreal. Bunch of new resources there in the Edge Cliffs. Nice. Oh yeah, the fact that she can go through Spell Shield is so crazy. Because like you still curse the target even if the spell doesn't go through. That's why I find her also one of the most fun to play. The issue is that, like, sometimes you get sick of the games going so long. But other than that, she's just so much fun. I really do like her and Janna, because I feel like they just play so much differently than everyone else. Yeah, against opponents like Draven, where they're just focused on their units, you can punish them so hard. Also, it's raining, so we don't have to worry about watering anything, which is amazing. We should actually go and chop down those trees. Targon is such a busted region. It's like every single one of their champions is just nutty. So I was thinking of Morgana being like the strongest in her region, but I was like, there's also Aurelion Sol and Diana. So playing Morgana is definitely a good idea, or leveling her up. Also, wouldn't be a bad person to use pearls on, because since she is slow, it can take a while. Wow, we cut all of those down and we only got one other tree seed to plant. That's a little sad. Let's go ahead and make some more of these little boxes. You like Morgana more than Diana? I mean, Diana is a lot of fun, but she's also kind of less fun this expansion or after this update, because now more people got double attack. Like, that was one of the big parts of why she was so much fun, was she was the only champion that could get double attack for the most part. Like, getting double attack other ways was pretty rare. But now you can get it fairly often, and it's tons of fun. And so you don't necessarily just need to play Diana anymore for that double attack. Annie, Nami, and Lux, I agree. They're some of my favorites as well. Annie was probably my first one that I would really consider a favorite. Yeah, Lux and Nami, those are all great spells-based decks. I'm thinking about doing Lux tonight for the video that's coming out. That'll be possibly who I do. Alright, let's head into this new region, see what new resources we can pick up. Yeah, now it is everywhere because of heavy hands, which I love. The fact that they added that and then the home turf on your landmarks, so that when you play your landmarks, or like it gets summoned from your deck at the start of the game. So you just get to start off with whatever that landmark is. I think those are some of the best things they added in the last patch. I think it's so much fun. Yeah, Annie is great. Annie was one of the best champions into Lysandra, actually. Like most other champions, I felt like I was just getting lucky with some crazy combos. But with Annie, you have so much control, and then with your disintegrates, especially if you're dropping those every round, you can just take out all these big targets. The disintegrate also gives you a lot of draw. Alright, so that stuff was copper. Yeah, Annie is one of the best champions for Lysandra. Those are some interesting little creatures. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with champions going forward, because before they'd be adding champions and they'd make them for PvP first, and then they would try to incorporate them for Path of Champions. Whereas going forward, they're probably going to be making champions specifically for Path of Champions and not necessarily for PvP. And so it's going to be really interesting to see what we start getting. I'm trying not to get too excited because, I mean, this game is kind of... Riot has done a good job of disappointing players before, let's just say that. But it definitely has the potential to do really well. Oh, Poro King, especially if you get Spirit of the Buru, he becomes so much stronger. Like, he was one that was a bit more of just like a meme deck before. It's like, okay, Poros, that's fine. But he was pretty weak. But once you get Spirit of the Buru, he's so good. Alright, we got a little rat nest in here. I was looking at a list of champions. I was thinking about it too. I think Singed would be cool if they had some kind of poison mechanic. I mean, there's champions like that, like, they're so troll in League of Legends that if they could have a good way of bringing that over into Path of Champions, that'd be amazing. Like, Singed is hilarious and is such a meme. It's like, don't chase the Singed. And when you play against a good Singed that just, like, absolutely dominates, it's hilarious. And so if they could incorporate that into Path of Champions, it'd be amazing. No, Poro King isn't weak now. Before, if you don't have the epic relics, he's definitely slow. And enemies can overwhelm you pretty quickly. It can't be that hard to drop a couple champions every update. You say that, but... Huh, grinder. Crush materials to create new resources. Flower press. Let's actually quickly make another plot so we can put down some of the resources we just picked up. So we had a very brief period of time where we were getting at least one champion every update. And it only lasted for like 3 to 4 updates, but it was amazing. It was like, oh yes, this is awesome. Please keep doing this, Riot. And then they stopped doing that. It was great for a time though, because we used to get 6 champions every 3 months, but normally those 6 champions, like 2 to 3 would be good, and then 2 to 3 would just be bugged and terrible, and then they would stay bugged for months. So that wasn't really the best time. And then they started doing it where we got like 3 champions 1 month, 2 champions the month after that, and then 1 champion the month after that. It's like, okay, this is still good. We're still getting the same amount of champions. It's spread out more, and the champions are coming out more polished. It's like, that's great. Unfortunately, that did not last. Do we have any more seeds here? There's one. There's some more. More champions would be cool, but I'd really also like more storylines for existing champs. A lot of people would like that, but I'm pretty sure Riot has said that that's very unlikely to happen. Which is unfortunate because, yeah, those were cool, but probably not going to see that for a while. Alright, got our beautiful little farm. Some stuff ready to harvest. Did we get that water upgrade? We did. So we can now charge up like a water blast. Makes it a little bit easier to farm or to water all of our plants. I'm optimistic, though, about the future for Path of Champions. I'm just hoping Riot can do a good job. But I'll be here covering the game until it dies, which hopefully it doesn't, but yeah, I don't plan on going anywhere. I also definitely think I'm helping the game grow, because before me there was almost no one making Path of Champions content, and it's pretty bad when you like a game and so you try to look it up on YouTube and you don't see anything. It's like, oh, is the game dead? Like, why is no one making content for it? And that used to be the case for the most part. And so I think at least making a bunch of content so people can see that people are still covering the game, people are playing the game, I think it helps it grow or at least maintain its player base. But yeah, those story campaign missions is stuff a lot of people have asked for, because it's something that was in the game before and a lot of people really liked it. And it even says like more coming soon, and so people will be like, hey, when is that actually coming? It's been like a year. And yeah, Riot was like, the amount of effort it takes to make those, it's better just to make more champions than to try to really deal with those. Yeah, a lot of people have moved away from the game because I mean, the game has given off vibes that it's dying. And so a lot of people want to just go to greener pastures where they think they'll get more views or get more content from. But for me, it's like I started out with Path of Champions, and I'm going to stick with Path of Champions for as long as the game is around. Now, that doesn't mean I might not cover other things as well, like doing variety streams like I'm doing right now, but still going to be here covering Path of Champions as long as they are supporting it. Alright, so we have a couple new oh, we kind of flew over that one a little bit. Let's see if we have any way we can upgrade our mech a little bit more. I mean, it would be nice if Riot did that. It is a little sad. There's been people before that Riot has contacted and given interviews and stuff to, and it was like, huh, I've never heard of this person before. And then I try to look up their channel, and there's like, they have 100 subscribers, and it's just like, feel like there could have been a better option to maybe contact people for. So yeah, it'd be nice if Riot contacted me, but hasn't really happened at the moment, which is sad. All right, we're gonna make one of these just so we find the new resource. Sometimes you have to touch a resource for it to give you new stuff to make. Sure, let's try to make this grinder. Do we have enough copper? Yes. We just need some stone. I'm hoping that Riot will potentially contact me now that I'm actually streaming Path of Champions, because normally that seemed to be the case, is they would only really talk to people that were streaming for whatever reason. I don't know why. All right, stone is what I'm looking for. So yeah, hopefully. Getting this up on the hill, that looks pretty. That is very much what this game is about, is making stuff that looks nice. All right, let's have it do each of these so we can see what it makes us. All right, I think I already watered this. Let's go hit up that new region, try to get some more resources because we're probably going to need it. This is another reason why I love these types of games, because they're chill and relaxed, and I can play it a little bit more brainlessly and just try to focus on chilling and chatting with you guys. Whereas like with Path of Champions and stuff, it's also trying to focus on playing well. Oh, so I'm actually doing something. I'm doing something next month for the monthly challenges, and you guys can let me know what you think of it. So I'm going to be doing something where people can donate, and they can choose who I have to use for a specific champion. And so it's like, let's say you donate like $1 or something like that. You get to choose what champion I use for a specific challenge. And then if you donate like $2, $3, like I want it to be low so people can participate, but I want people to actually have some amount of investment in choosing what they're gonna make me play. So anyways, they can then choose also the build I'm going to be using for the champion as well. So this is going to be for the monthlies. And so people, yeah, they can intentionally try to screw over my monthly runs if they want. So like, I want you to use ASOL for the level 1 challenge. So essentially making it so I can't use ASOL later. And people could then also do like, yeah, I want to counterpick you exactly into this challenge. So it's like a challenge that completely counters like Frostbite, for example. And then people are like, oh, you have to play Ash into this. And so I think obviously it would help me make more money from streaming. But the biggest part is it'd also make it much more engaging and a lot more funny to watch, because then the people that aren't donating anything still get to watch me suffer through whatever chat is forcing me to do. But then if people are enjoying the content and they want to support me, they now have a more meaningful way to support me where they can get some fun content out of it. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Right, it's definitely a system for people to troll me. But it'll make the monthly challenges a lot more interesting, because at this point the monthlies, they're fine, but they're somewhat similar or samey. Whereas this will get a lot more people invested and should just be a lot more enjoyable. And so that's what I'm going to plan on doing next month, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, it would also test what we can do outside of like just picking the best champions for each situation. Like at this point, I have enough Stardust that if I don't get all the wins every month, it's not that big of a deal. And so, yeah, should be fun just to kind of play around with. So that's one thing I've been thinking that I will be like a really big game changer, and I think it should be a lot of fun. Yeah, there's going to be times where it's like I have to struggle into this challenge, and I can't just pick whoever's the best person anymore. So you guys can help me brainstorm. For right now, what I'm thinking is being able to pick the champion I'm using, and then also pick what build I'm running for that champion. So if you just want to screw me over even more, is there anything else that you think would be fun for people to be able to donate to somehow modify the monthly challenges? I think I watered this stuff, right? Yeah. All right, let's go to bed, let everything work. That's true. I could have something, a small amount where it's like you can force me to buy something in the shop if you want. So I guess I could have something for people potentially making me buy a power or making me buy a specific item. Because this is something I've been thinking about for a long time with the monthlies. But I wanted to make sure that I added enough content to the monthlies normally, and just everyone that needed guides and everything, I've pretty much covered most things before. I feel like at this point it's time to just spice things up, and I think that will really help. I guess, yeah, we could come up with specific modifiers that, like, yeah, would further make it more difficult. It's hard, but if you had, like, Ruination in your deck, you have to Ruinate on mana 5 no matter what. Yeah, so there's things like that that would be more hard to implement and plan through, but there'd be stuff that could be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can make with that clay. Sure, we can... Actually, red crystal dust. Yeah, we're making a lot of this stuff, so we can actually start getting some of these upgrades, which is nice. Yeah, next monthly, I'm going to try to implement at least some of this. So definitely tune in and check that out if you're interested. It should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping it works well. Because I feel like for a lot of people, the monthlies don't really matter that much anymore. It's like they don't really need help from guides or gameplay videos as much. And so people don't really care about watching it as much. Also, this would generate a lot more views for, like, my Clips channel as well as my VODs channel. And I just think it'd be a fun time. Again, that's another way that I'm trying to improve the content that I'm putting out. Always trying to make things interesting. Alright, we need aluminum. There we go. We just need a little bit to make... Oh, there, we can make one power core. Perfect. Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of people that don't really care about the monthlies at all, and I totally get and understand that. And that's why this system would actually make it fun and interesting, because now you're, like, essentially seeing me get counterpicked and having to deal with something that is directly making the game way harder to deal with than it normally should be. Because, yeah, the monthlies can be pretty boring content at times, and I totally get that. So yeah, so far we've been doing mostly Lysandra streams, but yeah, once the month resets, we'll go back to doing the monthlies on stream, which will be fun. I do look forward to them changing ASL, though. If they added Lysandra, that would be awesome. It is nice having to, like, struggle against a champion for a long time, and then you're able to... And then you're able to actually play the champion and do all the crazy, busted, overpowered things yourself. It is a pretty good time. I love the rain in this game. Also, if I didn't mention it before, the developers were kind enough to give me a key for this. To be honest, though, this is one that I was probably going to end up buying eventually myself, because it just hits a lot of the right notes for me. I think overall it's just a very fun game. If you're ever someone that plays a lot of survival games and sometimes you're like, man, I just want to get in and just, like, farm, just want to do a lot of resources, work on just unlocking different parts of the tech tree, I just don't want to deal with any of the stressful parts right now. This is like the perfect game for that. Because other than here, I've played this game a little bit more. Like, I played the demo, and then I also had a different world that I kind of was figuring stuff out on. And I'm a little bit further in the game than here. Like, I've explored this region, and honestly, it might just be that region. I didn't play that much, but it is one that's a lot of fun, and I'm probably gonna keep playing this a lot. It's not just a game that I'm gonna play and then like play for stream and then stop playing. I think it's about $20, but it should be on sale fairly often. And again, there is a guide, or not a guide, there's a demo of the game for free that's on Steam that if you want to check it out and play yourself to see if it works for you, you can do that. Which is also another great thing when companies do that. Monthly feels more competitive-minded, and I love Path of Champions for the casual, insane fun of it. In fact, you don't have to be optimal to win, you can just do things. And monthlies feel like they take that away. Monthlies, I get where you're coming from, and I would say especially, yes, for people that are probably in your situation where you don't have, like, I'm guessing you don't have, like, all the champions maxed out and everything, then you do have to try definitely harder. For me, I am able to do the monthlies more in a chilled out way, but again, that's because I know I'm going to win the monthlies regardless, because I just have everyone maxed out and everything. But yeah, I totally get the monthlies being not great for that for you. Oh. Help, I've fallen and I can't get up. Alright, let's try to upgrade. Let's see. There we go. Alright, how many more? This is one we'll be able to get once that stuff's done harvesting. Takes a while for it to grow, though. Alright, I think that'll be it for me. I have to still go and make the video for tonight. I'm still tossing around who I'm going to do. I am considering Lux as well as Samira for who I'm going to play for the video tonight. So that'll be probably one of those two. But thanks everyone that comes and hangs out with me for a while. I really appreciate it, especially the days when I'm not playing Path of Champions. And I really just have fun hanging out with the people here, talking about whatever. And it's always just much more of a casual environment, and it gives me an excuse to play something other than Path of Champions, which I really enjoy. So thank you all for tuning in and checking this out. Again, this game is Lightyear Frontier. I've had a lot of fun with it personally. It is still in early access, so they're going to add more to the game. In my opinion, it's worth getting for what is already here. The game's really nice and polished. And for me, it does a lot of stuff that a lot of other games aren't doing. Again, there is a demo on Steam that you can play for free and download and pretty much play most of what I've done so far. So if you want to check the game out for yourself, you definitely can. But again, thank you all for coming and hanging out with me for a couple hours. I vote Lux, but thanks a lot, man. Have a good rest of your day. Hey, thank you for subscribing with Prime. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, normally on Fridays is going to be more of the chill, relaxed variety streams. So if you want to just hang out in a more relaxed atmosphere and be able to talk to me a little bit more like one-on-one, because there's going to be less people, so I'm going to be responding a lot more to chat, definitely come and check it out Fridays. But thank you all, and tune in tonight for probably Lux versus Lysandra.